we shall be discussing Justin Fields, the quarterback for the Chicago Bears, who now have the number one overall pick after a couple of weeks ago the Houston Texans winning the final game of the season, which means that Houston went from having the number one overall pick to having the number two overall pick, and this just makes things a lot more interesting when it comes to the Chicago Bears. One reason why this makes it interesting for the Chicago Bears is the fact that the Chicago Bears have the most cap space in the NFL. Well, I think they have even over $100 million in cap space. Over $100 million. And let's just say this, Chicago's already got their quarterback for the future in Justin Fields. And now they have the number one overall pick. They can get so much draft capital from having the number one pick, because there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to look to trade ahead of the Houston Texans and select Bryce Young as a quarterback for their future. But one interesting thing I've been hearing about when it comes to Justin Fields is the fact that Justin Fields could be traded. And I look at this and I'm like, okay, yes. Justin Fields did not do very well when it came to passing. I think in terms of passing, he was last in the NFL in terms of starting quarterbacks. But you also got to realize this. For a good part of the season, Justin Fields didn't really have that many weapons. Last year, he had Darnell Mooney and he had Allen Robinson. This year, he just had Darnell Mooney. And Darnell Mooney wasn't really up to par as he was last season, and then he got injured during the second half of the season. Then the Chicago Bears traded for Chase Claypool. And even though Claypool did come to the Bears, when Claypool came to the Bears actually starting losing a lot more. And then, of course, the Bears had to deal with their defense trading away Roquan Smith and the other linebacker, the other defensive player that they had, I forgot his name. But Chicago do not need to trade Justin Fields, because in turns, his passing can get better, and he's a very good running quarterback. If he had played the last game of the season, Justin Fields would have possibly broke Lamar Jackson's single-season rushing record for a quarterback. That's how good he was this season. And people are saying that Justin Fields should be traded. Should Lamar have been traded after he did that? No. Should Justin Fields be traded after what he almost did? No. He just needs to get better weapons. And in terms of free agency and the money that they have, if they really wanted to, they can go out and get 2-star receivers for Justin Fields in free agency, and then in the draft, focus on defense and draft defensive players, which are definitely going to need. They can trade the number one overall pick for draft capital, and they have, like I said, they have the most money in terms of the cap space in terms of the NFL. So NFL, Chicago Bears, Justin Fields getting traded. I honestly don't really think that Chicago Bears need to trade Justin Fields, and I don't think that he really will be traded, because I don't really see, in terms of what you've seen from Justin Fields so far, you don't know what you're getting. You see what you can possibly get from Bryce Young, but we don't know that, because Bryce Young could be a quarterback that looks to be one of the best in the NFL, go into the NFL and just absolutely stink it up. That could possibly happen. And the Chicago Bears were to trade Justin Fields, and Justin Fields go out for a different team and just absolutely shines. That the Chicago Bears are going to look at that and they're going to be like, wow, we really messed up. We had a great quarterback on our team. And I personally believe in Justin Fields. If the Chicago Bears were really willing to trade Justin Fields, I'd say Atlanta Falcons trade a first round. Atlanta Falcons, trade a first and second for Justin Fields, and let's go get our quarterback for the future. Justin Fields, Atlanta Falcons passed on Justin Fields to take, I think it was, Kyle Pitts in the NFL draft? Or I forgot who. We took someone else to pick some over Justin Fields. If Chicago were to trade Justin Fields, Atlanta, call them up. Take Justin Fields. Because Justin Fields is a very proven quarterback that can win when he needs to. And he can, play in close games and win close games. So I would trust Justin Fields more than I trust Desmond Ridder right now. And Justin Fields is still young. Justin Fields is not old. He's still young. So if Chicago were to trade Justin Fields, even though I don't think that they're going to trade Justin Fields, I say Atlanta Falcons go offer them a first or second rounder for Justin Fields, and then Chicago would just have more draft capital to possibly even get, like Bryce Young, take Bryce Young, and then look towards the future. And Justin Fields will be able to look towards the future in Atlanta, where that offense is still fit for what he does, and he can still throw the ball deep. So Atlanta would have a future star quarterback, but in terms of Chicago Bears looking at the number 1 overall pick and possibly taking Bryce Young, I just don't think that Chicago Bears will be trading Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields stays as the Chicago Bears quarterback and their future quarterback for the future years. And Chicago trades their number 1 overall pick for draft capital, spend some money, go get some receivers for Justin Fields, and let's see how Justin Fields does in his 3rd season in the NFL.